With the powerful advent of various potential Gen 4 acts, many groups who used to be praised as monster rookies are now seen struggling to maintain their heat. What's even more mind-blowing about this cold, harsh truth is that 2 out of the 3 groups here are legit from Big 3, and at first, they were all predicted to soon conquer the K-pop race like queens opening the new era for the industry. So, here are 3 groups that are recently said to gradually lose their heat, and which need to do something about that. Number 1. Inmix. Debuting with the most extensive budget and most high-tech concept compared to other acts of JYP Entertainment, Inmix was initially predicted to be the next leading girl group of Gen 4. That was not to mention how they also have all it takes to be top idols: visuals, vocals, dancing, and stage presence. When just the music teasers were released, the group had already taken the internet by storm for the mesmerizing visual and professionally trained skills of all members. It's not an exaggeration at all to say that before Inmix, no other acts in K-pop had debuted with such an all-rounded lineup. And particularly speaking about JYP Entertainment, netizens were even more impressed to see how far the company had come in creating their girl groups. As the budget poured into the making of Inmix, most everyone believed that the debut of the group would be nothing but a historic bop. However, as soon as Inmix debuted with OO and Tank, netizens realized their hope was placed too high. And regardless of how many times they tried to wrap their head around the songs, nothing about the melody or the lyrics stayed in their head. While the girls' talents were all recognized through the qualifying series, it's still hard to stand a group that couldn't even complete the most basic thing of a K-pop group, producing a decent song to listen to. While all understood that JYP had poured thousands of dollars into the debut project of Inmix, that still couldn't justify the fact that both tracks OO and Tank were disastrous. As one comment with over 260 upvotes said, a good debut single for a rookie, regardless of how big their management agency, was the first and foremost box to check if they wanted to succeed. Of course, to make it to the top, a rookie would also need other complementary factors, like a well-invested MV, good visuals of the members, good chordies, and a good marketing plan. But overall, none would matter had an unsavable bad debut track been released. However, what's even worse for Inmix, according to people's prediction, was that the group would very likely just go downhill from now on, since they were set to follow this mixed pop concept, which was already proven to be a genre that everyone hated. That's not to mention how JYP had been poorly regarded in terms of mixed pop, and in fact, this genre is so hard that only SM Entertainment could produce listenable songs following this genre, and till this point, most believe the chances of Inmix's ruling the game thanks to their music was extremely slim, if not zero. That's why, most recently, Inmix was outright criticized and labeled the worst girl group of Gen 4 and the worst debut song of all time, as, according to netizens, they were left behind by their peers on all fronts. From the music, the concept, the visual, to even the chemistry among the members. While that sounds too pessimistic to be true, it's actually true to a great extent. Because at K Global Heart Dream Award, Inmix was the only girl group to not bag home the title Rookie of the Year. Actually, it's not 100% true to say Inmix was the only one to not receive the title, because New Jeans was also excluded. But considering how they were just active for several weeks, the fact that IVE, Seraphim, and Kepler all won but Inmix didn't was said to signal a red flag for the act's career. To fans, this award was the last straw, and for the upcoming comeback, they have been pressing JYP Entertainment non-stop for a more listenable and viralable track. Number 2. Seraphim. Despite bagging home the title of Rookie of the Year, Seraphim was also said to be heading for a downhill career because 1. Their talents were said to be mid, 2. Their reputation was adversely damaged after Kim Garam's scandal, and 3. The lineup made them less of a Gen 4 and more of a Gen 3 act amid the wave of refreshing rookies debuting in the same year. However, since the initial reactions of netizens were positive, and statistically speaking, their debut album sales also broke records, no one could see that Seraphim's situation would plummet this fast. Even before their debut, the act had already shown the potential of a group with a different class, after recording more than 380,000 stock pre-orders. During the actual sales, Seraphim set their first and new record with 176,861 copies on the day of its release, the highest sales among K-pop girl groups in history. Right after the release of their album, all the songs charted on local music sites. The title song entered Spotify's Global Top 200 for 3 consecutive days. And on Worldwide iTunes Album Chart, Fearless debuted at 2nd, and at 4th on iTunes Europe. But you know what's even more surprising? Though Seraphim was amid scary criticism due to the scandals of Kim Garam, the love from domestic fans was still so great that they managed to win on a music show just 8 days after debut. Most recently, they even won Super Rookie and Best MV at the 2022 K Global Heart Dream Award. Unfortunately, this massively successful debut also triggered the alleged victim of Kim Garam more. As time passed, the drama only got worse. And even when HYBE released the announcement that Kim Garam would take a break for the sake of her mental wellness, netizens still kept bashing her. The hate continued spreading like wildfire to both HYBE and Seraphim, as netizens believed they were taking the side of a real bully and pushing the real victim to her dead ends. The peak of this was when Chaewon explicitly defended Kim Garam in the group's press release, as she answered the journalist's question about what Garam felt when getting embroiled in so many controversies on behalf of her. While Chaewon's response was professional, and as an idol under the management of a big agency, it totally made sense for her to say the issue was being discussed in depth amongst related parties, netizens still bashed her fiercely. Some even said she was just as trashy as Kim Garam, since in Produce 101, she also cheated to debut. Then, Seraphim was made fun of for being a patchy group collecting members from fraudulent Survivor shows, rather than devoting efforts to training original trainees like most other groups from big companies. Altogether, the reputation of Seraphim was quickly dipped in dirt. People started to stop paying attention to them. And the most solid proof was that, most recently, the group didn't even make a single headline after their KCON's performance, while all big acts like IVE, Kepler, and even Inmix did. On Pan, there was even a thread titled, "Now that New Jeans are out, Seraphim has this has-been vibe," which outright called the group outdated and not suitable for Gen 4. Many in the comment section agreed with the OP, and according to some, this was totally predictable since the group had 3 members from Produce 101, and the Uniline are 24 to 26 years old, which is said to be way too old compared to most Gen 4 idols. Nevertheless, Seraphim recently announced that they are preparing for a grand comeback in mid-October, and everything is being completed. Fans of the group are extremely excited and looking forward to their next song. They also said that netizens shouldn't judge too soon, and just wait for the girls' next performance before jumping to any conclusions. Number 3. Itzy. Once taking the internet by storm, and when debuting, Itzy even broke the records of Blackpink to be the fastest girl group to win on a music show, many believed that the girls were the legit next queens of K-pop. For 3 years straight, the digital score of Dalla Dalla remained unbeatable, and not until August 25th this year did Next Level by aespa manage to overtake the song. The group also broke the 22-year record with their debut for winning 5 trophies in a row, breaking SES's 4-win streak. From then on, the records Itzy broke extended into a list as long as an arm, as Dalla Dalla MV also became the fastest K-pop group debut MV to hit 100 million views, have most views in 24 hours, and trend top 3 worldwide on Twitter. Unfortunately, the second comeback of Itzy was said to mark nothing but the start of a flopping journey. That's why, till this point, the group is still labeled a one-hit wonder by anti-fans. And considering how no other group in Big 3 is being called such a name, this is considered a great shame to Itzy. The peak of this so-called flopping era was their Loco single. At the time, Itzy was constantly compared and labeled the biggest failure of JYP Entertainment. For the latest release, there were improvements in their chart results, but compared to the heat they generated during the debut era, Sneaker was still said to be a huge step back by many. The song debuted at number 94 on Melon, and could only enter the top 10 slowly after the group went on a heavy promotion. They were reported to just break personal records rather than breaking others' records, such as aespa, IVE, and New Jeans. Their TikTok challenge wasn't so viral, and the most talked about topic was neither the song nor the group. Instead, it was all about Yuna's obsession with her figure, having to use hip pads to obtain the S-line body. However, fairly speaking, K-pop fans can't just expect a group to forever maintain their heat, because K-pop has long been known as an extremely harsh industry with a high turnover rate, which means dozens of rookies are born in just 1 year. So the fact that a senior group like Itzy gave way to their juniors after having achieved countless admirable achievements is understandable. So do you think these groups could get back on track? Or will they continue to slide down the slope as many people predicted? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting K-pop content. Thank you for watching.